good marksman into the whole situation. But again, Execution hasn't been big on banning out the marksmans for Potato, so they might not even do that.
But it's gonna be
there you go,
Benedetta
there you
and
go.
also Granger, so no one care about this Selena.
Yeah,
It's interesting.
I think the first was just testing waters, but
Oh, as
as
you mentioned that.
as you mentioned that too soon, Momo-chan. But yeah, Harith and Selena has been picked from the side of Execration. The first phase for Execration has been completed right now.
I really like both
Yeah.
of the teams pick for now because Potato has his signature hero with this Ranger. And Benedetta, they don't want to let Execration has this Benedetta again and again, like in the
Yeah.
first game. So they just straight away want to take it. But I just feel that EVO Singapore, they can try to pick this Lunox again.
Lunox again, Chang'e is as well as open, or even if they want to go ballsy move, they want to pick up Farsa.
Russia. Russia
Rashi,
is
any
a good.
thoughts?
Farsa isn't a bad pick here actually.
Oh, it's
it's
gonna be
Popol
Popol
Koopa.
Koopa.
All right.
So Popol Koopa for GBL.
Bit of early pressure. But it's interesting to see what exactly will be picked from Execution for their jungler. Because again, both teams so far looking like they're going to be picking very aggressively, right?
Yeah.
So it's going to go down to who can be more effective setting up these plays. Is it going to be GPL on the Popol and Koopa? Or is it going to be Chakno on the Jawhead?
It's really a good smart pick coming from EVO Singapore because if they let Execration to has this Popol Koopa, 6 traps inside the Mobile Legion,
Yeah.
inside the Land of Down, it's gonna be a
Yeah.
nightmare for EVO Singapore.
Yeah, that's true, and I think that's some sort of a counter here. But yeah, EVO Singapore again banning that quad.
And Execution on the other hand, banning out the Lunos. Taking it out of the options for EVO Singapore.
Yeah, that's
So they might still pick that Farsa now that Lunos is no longer on the table.
Yeah, I mean, taking out or banning out the most damage dealt hero from game number 1 makes sense. And right now, EVO Singapore with their last ban, will they ban out jungler as well, or even a side laner here?
Or maybe EVO Singapore, if they want to play this Benedetta as a support in the mid lane, is a good option as well.
Ooh, that's interesting.
They could pick a strong side lane here, such as maybe Uranus or Barat. That's
But-
gonna be
Ooh.
Pakito ban coming from EVO Singapore.
Yeah.
I expect Ben coming out towards Renzio because again, like, that previous game he had plenty of impact from his own lane, but here the Lapu-Lapu again is open, so he might, since he was so successful in the previous game, he might just go for it again.
It's
If
in-
it broke, don't fix it, right?
Yep, that's true. It's interesting because obviously Execration, they really want to protect their backline here, okay? They don't want to, their opponent has this Partia or even the Oldus, right? So maybe Execration, they are so much relying on E2 Max
True. And
with his Selenite for our second game.
I have to agree, but EVO Singapore right now is in the hot seat to become the first pick, to pick a hero in the second phase. And there you go, Rafaela. So Popol and Koopa and Rafaela will become the mid laner here, guys.
They want to play aggressive, okay? They got their
Lancelot,
momentum
yeah,
in
of
the early.
course.
Oh, but it's
Kill
gonna
VJ, Kill VJ, the king, guys, plays his Lancelot right now, and oh my god.
We've seen his Lancelot and he has been very consistent and he has made plenty of big plays using the Lancelot. So looking forward to what he can do against this composition. But the final pick from EVOS, they might want to again invest in some crowd control.
Magical,
honestly,
though.
right?
Or magical damage hero. I think.
Chang'e?
Could be both.
Chang'e. True, Chang'e.
Could be both, yeah.
Could be magical damage with some crowd control because again the lack of crowd control has been a problem for EVO Singapore. And with so many mobile people like the Lancelot, like the Selena, like the Harith, having some crowd control would be very convenient.
That's true, but it's gonna be
Oh, there you
Alice.
go.
All right.
An
There you go.
insurance for the late game. EVO Singapore,
For the
they
late.
pick Alice. A good pick, I could say. At least they can try to maybe having a 1v1 situation with this Uranus as a threat as well coming from Execration. So, guys, prediction. Execration, they have this Jawhead, Selena, Harith, Lancelot, and also Uranus. Meanwhile, EVO Singapore, they look pretty strong as well with the Alice, Popol and Koopa, Granger, Benedetta, and also Rafaela. So, what do you think, Arashi? Which one?
I think I have to side with Execution on this one. I think
Oh.
again because you saw Chaknu do so well with a Grok. Imagine him doing it with a Jawhead.
Yep,
So,
that's
I think
right.
he's gonna go huge this game.
Okay, what about you, Albert?
If this game is heading towards the late game, I'm leaning towards EFOS Singapore right now. So yeah,
Let's
if they could drag it out to the late game.
But I have to go for execration. I could say, Albert, I'm so sorry.
No
But
worries,
let's
no
jump into the lane of down, our second game for our fourth match for today, execration versus EVOS Singapore. Will EVOS maybe can steal 1 point from execration, or execration gonna finish this game with 2-0?
That is the question, guys. But yeah, that's our take. What about yours? What's your take on the composition? What's your take on the execution? Will EFOS SG take game number 2, or will, of course, execration sweeps EVOS Singapore, guys?
It's interesting because UPL, he will play this Viola, and Girl will take this Poco and Koopa. Meanwhile, we've seen an aggressive movement coming from EVOS and also execration in our first 1 minute.
That is true, guys. But yeah, we can see both junglers already having
Oh, the
their first
Abyssal
run.
Arrow hit into the Girl, but Girl still managed to run away with the support coming from Koopa as well.
But again, if Girl taken quite low here, they might just make a special play onto the orange buff of EVOS Singapore.
Yep. True. The Chakno, look at that. He's gonna steal that jungle, okay? Execration, 100%. They don't want to let EVOS Singapore to have a lot of gold in the early phase here.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. Looking at the composition, I mean, execration, Jawhead, Selena, and Lancelot is very, very strong in the early stages, and they need to maximize that hero, that fact.
Yep, but look at it. Sol in the top lane. Yep,
Oh
Fiji. He just wanted to give a poke damage toward this Soul. He just need to make sure that Soul need to go back a little bit, maybe bank some time as well, for him to not get his level into level 4.
Well, the timing is convenient now because the turtle has spawned
That's true.
and Soul on that lane has been chunked down quite low, so they might force the issue here.
Yep, but look at that. Oh, at the bottom lane, really a good Abyssal Arrow coming again from E2 Max. I never seen that. Actually, it's free. Maybe it's missed coming from that E2 Max with this Selena.
I think it didn't miss, guys. It didn't miss.
Didn't
That's
miss
why
at
Alice
all.
was
Not
stunned.
yet, not yet.
Yeah, so right now Alice is still behind, getting picked off once. But yeah, you can see Kill VJ or execration in general is.
You know, execration wants to get the objective as soon as possible. They will always try to do something before they get this turtle without any distraction or maybe any contest coming from EVOS Singapore.
And right now, execution just makes moves so fast that there's no time for EVOS to recover. Once they just lose a man, like earlier when Pokemon gets focused down, they just immediately push the pace and actually go for an objective before EVOS is able to like wait for the respawns and get in position.
Oh, yep, look at that. The bottom
once
lane
again.
ejector again and again. Chaknu, our Chak Mamba, really come with a good opening, but sadly, the follow-up is not enough from execution. Meanwhile, going into the top lane here, Kill Fiji with the Phantom Execution and Info Rossi, he just want this potato to die in the first place. But look at that! Look at the dude! They're coming with the puncture. They're coming from Kill Fiji. He made it. He survived, guys.
My God, what a fast hand Kill VJ is. That puncture basically makes him escape, guys. And
Amazing.
Yeah,
Oh,
amazing.
again and again, Unstoppable Force, they want to shut down this Pokemon in the early. Okay, they don't want to let Pokemon has a lot of space and time as well to get his item. Oh, look at that Kill PG. Oh, he doesn't want to stop, even though he have to maybe being punished by this Koopa.
Yeah, well, that is not a good calculation from Kill VJ. But then again, items is up. Arashi, tell me what's up.
Again, Arena's ready with the brute force breastplate itemized first just because he's going against the Vendetta, making sure he has some lane dominance. But the rest of them just building straight damage.
Yep, Potato comes as well, but Rangio, he just want to take down that turret at the bottom lane. But ooh, it's really a good backup they're coming from Potato as well with the Rob Shoddy. Even though they need 2 members to shut down Rangio at the bottom lane, I could say maybe it's a huge impact as well.
Advantage,
Yeah.
huge advantage from the side of EVOS SG, and right now we can see 3 members already filling this bottom lane turret, but KillVG tries to goes in, doesn't have a good
Oh, but the
initiation.
Abyssal Arrow hits. Look at that. E2 Max again and again with a good backup for
Huge.
KillVG.
Huge backup by KillVJ and his team, but yeah, then again, EVOS trying to disengage, and we can see Dog had already started turtle here, guys.
Knowing that GPL was low and he has to recall, they instantly go again, press the issue, knowing that they have to force EVOS Singapore into bad fights if they want to contest this turtle.
Yep, but Girl is already realized actually they can contest it, but nope. Execration still able to manage to get the turtle. Chaknu, really low, but he still managed to run away. Zaman first coming as well from Lukelra, trying to, even though back up this Chaknu is still able to run. Soul is gonna be the next target, but Soul needs to run away because he didn't have a lot of resource skill as well right now. He used it the eye for an eye, and even though look at that, Chaknu, what
Debated.
are you doing?
God, that's a miscalculation from Soul. 0-0 on this Benedetta, and right now Execration, they gain more space. They get the blue buff, or purple buff rather, from the side of EVOS SG, and right now EVOS SG, this is not looking good for them, guys.
That's true, but Pokemon trying to survive with the Blood Oath, trying to run away as well with the Flying Blood, but it's really a good backup coming from E2 Max with the Abyssal Arrow and also Abyssal Trap. This Selena, even though going into the mid game, he's still, kind of annoying.
3-1-4, this E2 Max on this Selena. 7 total kill participation on 10 total kill points from the side of Execration. But we can see Soul trying to open things. Chaknu is not the target, but of course, they are trying to find a pick-off. But Hilrare already with that taunt, with that recall here. And we can see, oh my god, 3 members of EVOS here.
And here, members of EVOS Singapore are actually kind of pressured to make a play because Ranger is on the
but
bottom
oh my
side.
god, look at this. Chaknu and Execration are trying to defend their top lane, guys, which they succeed. And basically, Lord will be up in 20 seconds, guys.
Yes, Arashi?
Yep.
Look at that. Pokemon? I don't think that he can try to run away from this 2 member coming from Execration, but Renzio still managed to survive as well. Even though he has to become the sandbag for the second tier turret in the bottom lane, I think, Execration still managed to maybe keep up all of the domination that coming from Execration. Look at the Kara again and again with the Summon Force. This guy, this Harry, he doesn't want to stop. He just want to kill everyone. 2 members down from EVOS Singapore now. It's gonna be a nightmare. EVOS Singapore, they are being forced away to just, go back to the base and defend your turrets because we will go for our first objective, Lord, without any contest.
What I find very interesting is that Execration's positioning has always been 3 people on top, 2 people below, or vice versa. So they've never really grouped up as 5 for the most part. And I don't know if that's intentional to avoid the 5-man team fight composition that EVOS desperately wants to have, or whether it's just coincidence on them being aggressive in both sides of the map, and that's just how they ended up being,
Maybe EVOS Singapore, they just want to, overcome it, I could say.
Yeah, they do not want to overcommit, I think. But oh my god,
again and
getting
again,
caught.
E2 Max. Look at that, the Abyssal Arrow. Oh, he still can run away with the final blow coming from Soul, almost. Meanwhile, Renzio, that's really a good. That's another that coming from Potato. At least it's gonna be maybe a buying time as well for EVOS Singapore. Execration, they cannot. They cannot take this Lord with only 4 members.
Yeah, they cannot initiate Lord indeed, being a 1-man down. But yeah, we can see EVOS trying to push their lanes, trying to clean their lanes basically because the pressure is still on them right now. But yeah, what's the winning condition for EVOS SG right here, right now, Rashi?
I think they need to play it a bit slow and actually scale into the late game because they do have really good late game options. Again, they did draft more towards a late game situation. They do have a marksman as opposed to the assassin on the side of Execration. So they might stand to gain something by playing a bit safer.
Yeah, and I could say maybe GPL, he has to pay attention for his positioning as well. Because maybe he's one of the key players for EVOS Singapore to survive in the for the team fight into the late game.
Against a team so aggressive at Execration, if you don't manage your positioning, they're gonna notice that opportunity and just dive at you, and before you know it, you're gone.
Yeah, the thing is, EVOS with their composition, right? with Alice, the more time, the more they could buy time, the more it favors them with this Alice trying to find stacks. So I think that is what they are trying to do right now. That is also one of the winning conditions because this Alice could become a huge, huge problem for the side of Execration.
Yeah, that's true. Abyssal Arrow, EVOS Singapore, they have to pay attention with that small fish that coming from E2 Max, you know? It could be a game changer as well for Execration.
And Slaughter is on the table now, so a lot more urgency on the side of Execration. They
Yep.
do try and start it, and if EVOS Singapore doesn't realize, they might just sneak it out.
Oh, and two members from Execration are still staying at the bottom lane. Chaknu realized that EVOS Singapore trying to contest it, but it's kind of pretty late for EVOS Singapore. They have to go back right now. They have to defend their base because Execration, now they are ready for the push with the Lord.
That is true. And right now, from the members from EVOS SG, they need to back out. They need to defend it because Lord will march in right now. Second number 14 number, right now. But yeah, both teams trying to reset here, guys.
Yep, Lord is already marching into the top lane. EVOS Singapore, they have to gather up, I could say. Because look at that, it's gonna be maybe the other thing that EVOS can do. Renzio still managed to survive, but Chakno is gonna be the next the other target here. His immortality is down, but Chakno is gonna be, you know, he cannot survive with 4 members that coming from EVOS Singapore, okay? There's a lot of things as well coming from EVOS Singapore. Even though Execration, they are still able to survive with only 4 members, and even though Lord trying to pick up or maybe do something at the top lane, Potato.
4 versus 4 right now, but we can see Lord already charging towards the top
Kelra?
inhibitor, but Kelra gets
Summon Force.
chunks, but of course there is no really a committed fight here from the side of EVOS. They want to defend their inhibitors, but wow, we can see the pressure from Execration. Even Execration playing a discipline here, guys. They just want to clear the jungles.
And I think it's a very smart move from them to actually not group with the Lord and they actually planted all 3 lanes together.
Yeah,
and effectively,
split up.
as I was saying, they split up EVOS Singapore so effectively. They just can't ever get a proper 5-man team fight.
After they lose Chaknu, I don't think Execration, they can pick a team fight here with EVOS Singapore. They just straight away split it up, and they even got 2 inhibitor turret of EVOS Singapore. Now, EVOS Singapore, they are being driven away by Execration. They have to find a way how to stop, or maybe trying to pick 1 by 1 member coming from Execration. But look at that, Rengio trying to survive at the bottom lane here.
Yeah, that's true. And I just looked at Pupa's items, guys. It is a support, but it is a damage support. So there's DHS, there's Deadly Blade in their items, and as well as Thunderbird.
But look at
big fight.
Kelra by himself in the middle lane, trying to pop up the Zaman 4, trying to pick someone.
My
Pokemon's
God.
gonna be the first target by Execration. Renzio still staying in the front lane. Look at that, it's really a good backup coming from Chakno as well with the ejector. And at least EVOS Singapore, now they lose 2 members. Execration, they are trying so hard to push with the super minion coming from the top lane and also the bottom lane.
Things are not looking good for the side of EVOS. 3 versus 5 right now, and they're looking for the
Chakno,
inhibitor.
Subwoofer Force, played too far, but at least he got 1. Renzio trying to maybe back him up. But look at that, again and again, Kelra, no one can stop this guy. It's gonna be double kill for Kelra. And look at that, it's gonna be wipe out for EVOS Singapore. Execration, they take game number 2.
2-0. The pattern in game number 1 is still on, guys. Match number 1, 2-0. Match number 2, 2-0. 3, and right now 4. Match number 4, 2-0 as well. And